Go to any gym, and you will see the same guys making the same agonizing effort. They sweat, they grind, they push themselves for months, sometimes years, yet their physiques never actually change. The default assumption in fitness culture is that these individuals just aren't trying hard enough. The advice is always to lift heavier, push further, or stay in the gym longer. These individuals are operating with a broken biological system that cannot process the effort they are putting in. Their discipline is being funneled into a routine that fails to trigger actual muscle growth. We treat muscle building like a 1-hour chore. You clock in, lift heavy things, and expect results. But human biology doesn't work on a punch card system. The physical transformation you are looking for happens entirely during the 23 hours outside the gym. To see results, we have to stop focusing strictly on the grind and map the exact 24-hour timeline of muscle hypertrophy. We begin with phase 1, the stimulus. Muscle growth occurs outside the gym. The 1-hour lifting window serves strictly as a catalyst. This is why ego lifting is entirely counterproductive. That's when you use the momentum of your entire body to swing a massive weight, rather than isolating the muscle you are trying to train. Look at this bicep curl diagram. Swinging your body bypasses the bicep, displacing force onto the shoulder joint, risking injury. But with proper form, tension drops squarely onto the bicep muscle belly for a precise stimulus. Because the goal is precision, this stimulus phase has strict time parameters. A session should be concentrated and capped between 45 and 90 minutes. Anything longer pushes your body into a state of overtraining. The gym's sole biological function is to inflict highly targeted micro-tears into your muscle fibers. Once that damage is done, you pack up and leave. The stage is now set for the fuel phase. In the daylight hours following a workout, the body begins the resource-intensive process of patching the micro-tears created during training. This muscle fiber cross-section illustrates a crucial fact. Up to 80% of its volume is water. Cellular hydration is the first prerequisite for repair. You need 3 liters daily to flush waste and transport new nutrients. The essential structural component in that transport system is protein. The biological math here is strict. To repair the damage from phase 1, you need 1.5 grams of protein for every kilogram of your body weight. Hitting that metric doesn't require expensive supplements. You can source those exact building blocks directly from natural whole foods: milk, curd and paneer, chickpeas and whole eggs, or even lean meats. Without the precise volume of water to transport materials and the exact ratio of protein to serve as physical bricks, the micro-trauma you inflicted at the gym is entirely wasted. Finally, as daytime ends, we enter phase 3. This is when the actual physical reconstruction of the muscle tissue begins. Hypertrophy operates on a strange biological paradox. The creation of new, dense muscle mass peaks exclusively when you are completely unconscious. But modern technological habits heavily disrupt this process. Late-night screen time and endless social media scrolling chemically interfere with your brain's ability to release essential growth hormones. The recovery protocol is strict. You need 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep on a consistent daily schedule, and that requires a mandatory detachment from all screens at least 1 hour before bed. We tend to view sleep as a passive luxury or a well-deserved break from the grind. In reality, it is your body's most active phase of construction. Sacrificing your sleep schedule equates to a literal loss of muscle mass. The 24-hour cycle integrates gym form, diet, hydration, and sleep into a single interlocking biological engine. But this system is highly vulnerable. If you ignore even one element, say you skip your sleep schedule or miss your protein target, the entire mechanism stalls out. That vulnerability is exactly why we have to permanently abandon the outdated hustle culture of chasing heavier weights and pushing through endless 3-hour marathon sessions at the gym. The directive is actionable and straightforward. Master precise lifting form, hit daily protein and water metrics, protect your sleep schedule, and then maintain that exact cycle consistently for 90 days. Physical transformation is the scientific result of mastering this 24-hour biological protocol. Through consistency,